Egy Maulana in particular, so much to whether he would start today in attack, but he will be on the bench. The player who is in the Slovakian league. And there is another surprise. Iksan Fandi, we'll talk about him in the short while as the two captains, Asnawi and Haris Harun. Just having the toss, deciding which ends. Talking of ends, we could well have penalties at the end of all of this if it is still a draw. '90, then extra time, we will go to penalties. Singapore make more changes than Indonesia from that first leg. In come Amy Reka, Hafiz Noor, Zulkarnain Suzliman and Hami Shahin. So 4 changes in all. Singapore, they too are going to go with a 5 at the back, 5-4-1 from the last game where it was a 5-3-2. And it's Haris Harun in the middle of that defence. A tweak that they had in the second half of the game against Indonesia would seem to bear fruit. The players that make way, Nazrul Nazari, the right back, as well as Iksan Fandi and Faris Ramli. Perhaps the 2 changes that will have a few Singaporeans a little bit concerned. Zulfami Arifin was taken off in the middle of that game against Indonesia in the first leg. Kasim Al-Hatmi, the referee, Omani referee, the last referee in the previous game, came under scrutiny for decisions, penalty that wasn't given. And there's been plenty of talk from the coaches here about asking for VAR in the next edition. Let's see if that happens. But in the here and now, Roshan, what do you make of the 2 lineups tonight?
I think for Indonesia perspective, you know, they've done well. They found pretty much a system that they're going with that has suited them. And again, when you look at the lineups that they've got, there's an opportunity for, as we said, the flexibility that they have with Alfiandra, for example, can slot into a back 3. They can also go with a back 4 and push Alfiandra forward into that midfield to play alongside Rahmadi Rianto and Ricky Kambuaya. So there's flexibility in that lineup, and it's the same with Singapore as well. A bit more surprised with the changes that they've made, but I think they've perhaps had a few fitness issues. The game's, you know, coming thick and fast in the knockout stages.
Well, almost immediately, Hafiz Noor steering down that left-hand side. He's got the pace, hasn't he, Hafiz Noor?
He's been looking confident, hasn't he? And not Hafiz Noor, I'm referring to the man on the bench just now. Tatsuma Yoshida is smiling all the way through.
It's a different kind of outlook because he's had a tough time, hasn't he, in this tournament?
Yeah. And he's got a big smile on his face. You know, we saw him as the teams were coming out for their warm-up. He was looking nice and relaxed, nice and confident. And, you know, we talk about the changes that are being made. You see the goals that have been conceded in this competition, the passing accuracy so far, things like the crossing accuracy. Not too much of a difference between these 2 sides.
Absolutely. I was just going to say, every stat there's Shin Tae-yong, the opposite number, who's also quite a character himself. Everything was close except for goals scored. 14 for Indonesia, 8 for Singapore, but they've had almost exactly the same number of shots, which means that Singapore have been pretty good at the conversion rate. If you want to look at that, Amy Reka, the man who's leading the line for Singapore, had one really great effort, didn't he, against Nadio in that first leg. And talking of forwards, Indonesia had 3 different forwards. They tried 3 different combinations, didn't they? Ezra Walian was yanked off after 34 minutes, having been brought on.
Yeah, at half-time, I guess it just wasn't quite working out for him. But good to see he still retained the faith of his coach.
Irshad Sulaiman for Singapore. That's a delightful ball up to his club teammate Hafiz Noor, who doesn't get the better of the Indonesian skipper Asnawi. You know about the pace of this Indonesian side that has caused so many problems, and now, Roshan, they've enhanced it. Ramai Rumakek.
Yep.
What a paceman he is.
A very direct player, number 20, on the left-hand side of this Indonesian attack.
Oro Irfan, getting dropped like that. I mean, that is the kind of depth. Force that. Radam Abdullah, preferred in that left wing-back position. And his first international start in that last game, and has retained his place. They have rotated the wing-backs a little bit in this tournament, Singapore. Now Shadan Sulaiman. Trying to slide that into Amy Reka. He featured for Singapore. Now he's got to start here in the semi-final. Big moment for him. Here's Pratama Arhan.
There's fresh legs for Singapore, especially in those forward positions with Amy and Hafiz Noor coming in. Interesting to see how they get on, and I know there's a lot of talk on social media about Singapore's lineup and how people weren't sure with the changes that were made. I mean, he's got a squad, Tatsuman. He's been very consistent with his messaging around it, in that he said, I trust every member of the squad.
It's a delightful ball from Hamid Shaheen. Reka, by the way, he's got plenty of pace about him as well. Had a standout season last campaign for Geylang International. 10 goals for him. His best return.
Yeah, I mean, if we just see Amy Reka initially making a run in behind, got cut out, and Hamid Shaheen. It's a really good shielding of the ball by Alfeandra, who looks to just be occupying a central midfield position alongside Rahmani Rianto. And what that means is it's given Ricky Kambuaya a bit more freedom to drift across those midfield areas. Here he is on the right-hand side.
Rianto, distinct with that tucked-in shirt. Nice touch of the Song Wei-yong. He seems to pass through Shadan Sulaiman. A quarterback type of role. Pratama, quick pass on from him. Here's Ramai Rumakek. Now Witan Sulaiman. Still Witan, who was brilliant in that last game. Witan. Bit of a in vain there to the referee.
Yeah, another player who's very difficult to pin down. Witan Sulaiman talked about his intelligence and his awareness of the game. Just wonderful, he gets himself into areas where he knows that, he can pick the ball up here, cause lots of issues in behind the Singapore midfield. And again there, he picked it up behind that midfield and looked to try and run at the defence.
Showed a little bit too much of the ball there. Irfan, here come Indonesia. Witan Sulaiman slips the ball through. And that was a poor miss. Right in front of goal by Kambuaya.
I think it might have taken a deflection off Haris. It was so important for the Singapore captain to come across. Irfan just getting caught out by Ramai Rumakek there. I love this. This is intelligence from Witan Sulaiman. Understanding of, he could have perhaps taken a shot on himself, but he thinks, Ricky Kambuaya has made a good run. Use him. Nice little reverse ball into the number 15, and it was so important for Haris to come across. That's one of the benefits of having that back three, an additional man in the centre of defence.
Corner for Indonesia, first one of the game. Important intervention there by Haris Harun, who they've preferred in that back three now. Here is Witan then with the corner. Doesn't get past the first man. Witan Sulaiman, Alfreander Dewanga, Pratama Arhan. We know we can hit them. Scored a great goal against Malaysia. Slip through. There is Rumah Ramakek. Good early pressure here from Indonesia.
A good start to this game. I think from both these sides, but especially from Indonesia here, looking more comfortable on the ball. Get things going at a good tempo. And Singapore looking to still try and play out from these pressure situations. Lovely dummy there from Hamid Shaheen.
And all that pressure started from Irfan trying to bring the ball out. The sequence of events has led to this. A lot of time on the ball. He loves to try and bring the ball out of play. There's Hafiz Noor.
Very good work from Hafiz Noor, quick feet. And he's one of those players, Hafiz Noor, who, a little bit like Haris Haroon, was unfortunate to pick up COVID. Meant, of course, going to be involved in quite a bit of the build-up.
Fantastic run for Zulkarnain Suzlimanen. That was a ballooned shot, wasn't it, from Song Ryong?
Tatsuma Yoshida is a big fan of Hafiz Noor. I think every time he's been in the squad, he's contributed.
There's Rawalian running in that channel. And good work there from Irfan Fandi. He's not the most mobile of strikers, isn't he? But he's big and he's got that physical presence.
Ezra Walian, yeah, and you know, lots of Indonesian fans out there are calling him Giroud, the Indonesian Olivier Giroud, because of his physicality, his role in the team as well. As I said, you know, perhaps he's not going to get too many goals, but you can play off him,
yep.
and they've got good mobility around him as well.
Essentially, that ball in from Pratama Arhan. That's another for Indonesia's. He's the only striker that scored in the goals, and that's one goal. The four that they've brought in. Shin Tae-yong's team have been scoring plenty. It's not come from their forwards.
Yeah, I think very early on here, Haris has just had to have a word with Irfan, who defended that situation really well. But there's a couple of occasions now in possession where Irfan saying, I don't have options to pass to, and they've turned it over to the Indonesians.
That was solid from Safwan. Pratama Arhan. Couple of nervy moments there. Noradam does well. Another corner.
Good covering by Noradam. Some wonderful work from Pratama Arhan. And the one who loves getting into these advanced positions. Very modern day left back.
Well, that looked like something off the training ground. The shot is blocked from Fakhruddin Arianto. Into the mix by Alfayandra, straight forward for Hassan Sani. He looks up. Tried not to release quickly. Has done that in the past, hasn't he, with Faris Rumley in particular. That was perhaps telegraphed. It's come straight back at Singapore here. A real problem. It's a straightforward goal. And it's Ezra Walian. Indonesia take advantage there.
They deserve this, Indonesia, for the start that they've had in this game. They've been aggressive with the press, with the starting position. They've not given these Singaporean players a chance to settle in this game so far. A Pata field is picked up here by Alfayandra. Ball played in behind. Talk about who wants it more. Witan Sulaiman makes this goal happen. Just his desire to win it off Safwan. Alfayandra pokes it forward, and here you're thinking Safwan is caught on the wrong side. He's not goal side of Witan, but still physically, Witan just shrugs him off, unbalances him, and then has the presence of mind here. What I love about this is the composure. He hangs on to it, takes it past Haris, he's got a little bit flat-footed, and then holds and holds and waits for Hassan to come out to commit, and then finds the pass for a simple finish into Ezra Walian.
Well, we're just talking about perhaps a lack of goals up top for Indonesia. Ezra Walian has scored here. That's his second of the tournament. Boy, how valuable could that be? And once again, Indonesia take a lead in the semi-finals.
Well, it started off like this in the first leg as well, Indonesia. Well, a much better side in the opening 45 of the first leg. It faded a little bit in the second, but it looked fresh. Still very early on. Lots of football to go. But encouraging signs.
Witan Hami Shahin. Here's Song Wei-young. Singapore just not been allowed to settle. Goes in hard there, Alfian Devanga.
Yeah, I don't know if Tatsuma is smiling anymore, you know. He's concerned now.
So there you go, on aggregate, Indonesia 2-1 up. Reminder, there's no away goals. There's the man of the moment, Ezra Walian, Dutch Indonesian heritage. Started his career with AZ Alkmaar and Ajax Amsterdam. Maybe moved to Indonesia a couple of years ago. Here he is now. There was debate as to whether he should get starting place today, and there were lots and lots of speculation about Egy Maulana. He has answered his critics there.
I just wonder with the goal as well, as Haris came out to close down Witan Sulaiman, whether Irfan could have come across a little bit quicker into the space that Ezra Walian was occupying.
It's Hafiz Noor. Lots of thinking to do here for Tatsuma. Again, they're just quicker to the ball here. And look who it is, Afiandra. Ramai, that ball out to Witan. Asnawi goes over. Still Asnawi here. Well, they are looking very good here. It's Kambuaya with the shot. It's all Indonesia at the moment.
Yeah, the quicker, the sharper. And they look hungry at the moment. They're winning these physical challenges. You just have a look at Asnawi again. Called him a machine on social media a few days ago, and just displaying those fighting qualities once more. It's not just him. We saw it from Alfiandra as well. What a player he is, that young man. Can play in central defense, can play in midfield. So composed, really hard-working, winning all these 50-50 balls in the middle of the park.
Ramai. Away by Hassan. The irritation of the fans, that decision. Here's Briski. Another corner. They are racking these up now.
Yeah, he's another one who's enjoying himself. Ricky Kambuaya, love him. And his movement, his work rate. Got that license to drift across, as I said, and we saw him on the right-hand side. Now he's pushing out to that left-hand side because he's got that platform in behind him. He knows he's got Alfiandra, Dewanga and Rahmani Rianto sitting in that central midfield. So he's got that sort of license to then drift into these different spaces, and still knowing that if they do end up losing possession, they've got a nice defensive structure in there to help them out in those counter-attacking situations.
A word there from Ezra Walian. Kambuaya. Away by Hami Shahin, but only as far as Alfiandra. Shahin from Zulkarnain. Just not been able to get past halfway line.
No, they haven't really been able to build anything in possession. Always under pressure. The choices that they're making as well in possession. But what they did in the second half of that first leg, when they were able to turn it around, the tempo of their game changed. It went up, they played a little bit quicker, but also the players were arriving at good timings to support players in possession. So they were able to really build and have a good structure in that possession phase of play.
Down, aren't they? Very quickly. Indonesia, there's a pocket of space here for Song Wei-young. It's a goal kick. Tatsuma not happy, either Song. looks across at the assistant referee. Well, Roshan, you immediately felt that was a goal kick.
Yeah, I thought straight away. I thought that was a goal kick. But let's see. I could be wrong. I was just going by my real-time reaction to that.
What about your slow-mo reaction to that now?
I still think it's a goal kick. Yeah, and Rahman Irianto, good shielding of the ball again. Just gets his body in the way, takes the contact, wins the free kick.
There is Ramai. That's the pass and then sprints forward. Pratama Arhan. Back to Ramai. Picks it up towards Ezra Walian.
It's interesting, you know, you mentioned VAR and how the world of football has gone from absolutely hating VAR, not wanting it. You see Iksan on the bench here. He's not 100% fit. We saw him have a bit of an issue the last time out, coming off after scoring the goal immediately.
Yeah.
I think he was going to be taken off actually before that. So going back to VAR, and a few mistakes happen, and suddenly it's in the spotlight again, and everybody wants VAR now.
Oh. Okay. Serves to enhance the game. And perhaps we may see it in the next AFF Suzuki Cup.
Well, there are a lot of considerations when it comes to VAR. Obviously, you need the infrastructure in place, and you also need referees capable of working it well, trained and qualified and have had practice with it.
Thailand actually have put that as part of their bid when they looking to host this. Singapore beat them in the end. There's Hami Shahid. Now Zulkarnain looking for Sok, who's annoyed there. And here come Indonesia. Look at that. Once again, Pratam Arhan slips it through to Ezra. Irianto. Rahmat Irianto. The outside of his boot. Effectively, Roshan, you were pointing this out even in the last game, but today, Alfanga, it isn't a back five, is it?
No, it's they've got to a back four.
Yeah.
With a player like Alfeandra Dewanga, he can move into that back line.
Yeah.
And also, let's not forget Rahman Irianto as well, who can play in central defence. So they've got two midfielders that are very comfortable in those central positions. Maybe collision between Amy and Alfeandra, quickly taken by Indonesia here.
It's kind of caught in two minds and looking around, but Indonesia thought quickly. Let's go around him, Abdullah. Looking towards Amy Reka, but forced to Song Wei-yong. Nice touch on from Amy Reka. Kami needed to put a better cross in. That's about as threatening as Singapore be.
I mean, the play in that situation was encouraging up until the cross, quality of the cross not quite there. We can see the run that Hami makes from inside out, the switching positions with Song Wei-yong. Alfeandra Dewanga working very hard to close off the angles, make sure the cross couldn't be delivered without pressure. And even when they went with the back five, Indonesia, with Dewanga, as I said, again, stepping into midfield, and at times Rahman could drop into their back three. But it does seem here tonight, for the moment anyway, that they are going with the back four. Alfeandra and Rahman just protecting that defence.
Late one, wasn't it? Hami Shahid will have a little chat with the referee here. Rahman Irianto is down. It's okay.
A couple of coming together there between these two players, Hami and Rahman. I don't think that the challenge ever caused Rahman too much pain. It was too much that challenge.
chasing down by Hafiz Noor. Fakhruddin Arianto. Just caught a bit surprised there.
Yeah, I think wasn't the best of touches from Fakhruddin, just lost his concentration a little bit. Credit to Hafiz Noor for being quick to apply that pressure. Win the ball back for his side. Backing into Eureka, just backing into Fakhruddin. Was it a foul throw perhaps?
Finally calling one, aren't they?
If he's saying keep both feet on the pitch.
Six shots so far from Indonesia. Really coming to this. Pumped up for it, Singapore. Giving passes away at the moment.
Well, again, it comes down to the decision making in those situations. There's no line of pass. There's no angle of pass. So you got to recycle it until an option opens up. It's another challenge from Hami. It's too strong for him, Kambuaya there. He's trying to make something happen, Hami, but you need that little bit of patience at times. Still very early on in this game. You don't have to force it just yet, especially in those situations where Indonesia have got themselves settled in that defensive block. So players are already organized in those positions. And there's very little movement from Singapore in terms of the supporting players. They're not moving themselves into channels where they can receive a pass.
Here comes Alfayandra. Amazingly thinking he could go for goal there.
I mean, he's even gotten a smile out of Shin Tae-yong. Ambitious, I would say. Yeah, not really worth analysing, is it? I think the better option would have been a cross.
Not sure what his team would have felt about that.
That reaction from Shin Tae-yong, though.
Here is Irfan. Now Haris Harun. Short pass there from Saddam, but they've got away with it. Now Hafiz. Overlapping run from Noradam. And they'll get a corner. Singapore's first corner. And we know that this is where they can be dangerous.
And good run forward from Noradam. Strong challenge from Masnawi. He's always going to be on hand to pop his side out. More offensive and defensive situations.
Taken quickly here by Singapore. Shot on. Well, to try and keep that alive. Singapore make very little out of that corner.
Well, just looking for variation on the corner routine there, Singapore. And you go back to that first leg, they were winning the first balls in the air from set-piece situations, just weren't able to capitalize.
Even in the first half, when they weren't at their best.
That's right, and in a situation like that where you've got Safwan, you've got Haris, Irfan up top, looking to challenge and try and win a ball that could come in. It's a little bit disappointing that you go for a short corner routine and the technique is not quite right. Bit of a wasted opportunity. Good work from Zulkarnain.
Hafiz Noor. Out to Noradam. Straight to Emi Reka. Trying to get a grip on this match. Before you know it, 28 minutes have flown by here. Here's Here's Amy Reka. Nur Adam. The ball is given away by Hami. Here come Indonesia again. And that man, Alfian Dewanga. Well, Shadow's point was he was already going down, Ref.
Yeah. A little bit soft. But you know what Alfian Dewanga is doing there, just stopping it, inviting that hand to come across, and he's going to go down. It's an arm across. If the referee sees that arm across, it looks like you're impeding the player, which he is, and he's going to blow for a free kick.
A lot of free kicks, haven't they had Indonesia? Risky.
With a risky pass.
Yes. Sorry, a couple of those. Yeah, I was waiting for one of us to say it. So it was excellent, risky in the back five against Vietnam. Oh my, won't get there. It's a bit of fun. Shin Tae-yong not letting up here, his players. Felt that Singapore played better against Indonesia than they had in the entire group stage in that second half in particular. Well, mind game from him. Now, this is the weapon that they have used a fair bit in this tournament, is Pratama Arhan, particularly here at the National Stadium when there's a bit more to run in for the throw-in. They've done something a little bit different here. Here's Dewanga.
Really interesting throw-in. I know everyone's expecting the long throw into the box. He changes it up, but I wonder if that was meant for Ramai Rumakek or whether it was for Alfiandra, because he made his way all the way through to Alfiandra. Almost worked really well for them.
So they're varying things up a little bit here today, Indonesia. More ways than one. Here's Irfan. There's a summary of what's happened so far. The 12th-minute goal by Ezra Walian has given Indonesia an aggregate lead here. The life for ball out to Nur Adam, who heads it into the box. Amy Reka bearing down. That's cleared away. Tucked it in.
He's trying to get himself into positions from defenders, looking to try and link the play in these attacking areas. Wonderful ball from Haris Harun, wasn't it? That diagonal. Again, looking to attempt another one. It's another delightful drop field pass by the...
Well, So Wee Young got the shot there. Now trying to pass in. Could have two lines there. Good options. Shot in as well. Singapore, though, have seemed to get a little bit more to grips with this game, Roshan.
Well, it's starting to have a bit more of the ball. Starting to look to try and find these gaps in that Indonesian defense, and perhaps being a bit more patient, going around that Indonesian shape rather than through the middle.
Good ball into Song Wee Young as he get the cross in. No, it doesn't.
That a little bit of quality is missing at the moment in those attacking positions.
Would that be on the bench then, some of that quality you're talking about?
Yeah, I mean, you look at this here, it's a nice idea, but he's got far too much on his. Song keeps himself onside. Could have been in behind. You know, these key moments, these key situations. Technically, you need to be sound in those areas, in those positions, and unfortunately, it's not quite coming off. We've seen Singapore lose possession a little bit in those areas, looking to always try and play that killer pass. Killer pass is not quite coming off.
Closing down by Morana to win the ball back. Here comes Song Wee Young. Now getting excited. Gets past one. No foul, says the referee.
Nice dummy from the referee as well. As Indonesia look to break forward.
Singapore will win it back.
Good work by Nur Adam. Got on the left-hand side, winning the ball and initiating the counter.
Singapore trying to take the game to their opponents now. Here's Kambuaya. Now Ezra Walian. Lovely vision to get that across, but it is offside. Witan Sulaiman's come onto this left-hand side for a bit, and he's not offside, says Shimteyo.
Ramai Rumakiak has gone down as well, and that was really good vision from Rahman. Intelligent ball in behind the Singapore defence. Here Song is cutting inside, and good challenge, clean challenge. Nice dummy from the referee as well. He was right there. Really good challenge from Rizky. Well timed. Got all of the ball.
Nothing wrong with that. Singapore with twice as many fouls at the moment than the Indonesians. And that's normally a complaint levelled at the Indonesians. But they foul a lot. Some of the other countries. Here's the goal again.
Yeah, Witan, I mean, he just gets goal side here. On Safwan, and he's stronger, and he doesn't panic. You wonder then in that situation if Irfan could have come across quicker, just identified the danger a little bit earlier. But Witan, I mean, the work that he's done there, it's wonderful. I mean, the composure in those moments, this is what I'm talking about. Key situations, key area of the pitch where you can make a difference, and he's made it because he's kept his composure, he's kept his quality, he's drawn Hassan out from goal, and even though you've got a big goalkeeper like Hassan Sani coming out and spreading himself at you like that, he's still been able to get his head up and find a pass into Ezra Walian for the finish.
It's not particularly pleasant viewing from a Singapore perspective. Play on, says the referee. Look at that. Nice run down the middle from Witan. I think that was a good challenge from Safwan, you know. Safwan's furious with that yellow card.
And that was the gap between Safwan and Haris. I was pointing it out to you just before he was playing. Witan was making a run into that space, and Safwan saw it and came across, which is credit to him coming across to identify that. It's a clean challenge. I think he's very unfortunate, Safwan. He gets all of the ball.
Yeah.
I think he's unfortunate, Safwan. He spots the danger early, comes across to cover the space. He's won the ball there. Very unfortunate. It's a good challenge.
I think it didn't help him that he kind of went over the ball, didn't he? He got the ball and went over it. Maybe the referee didn't quite spot that, but it is a yellow card. 9 minutes till half time, and they've got a free kick in a good area here, Indonesia.
Irfan's still saying he got the ball. He got the ball first. It's not going to change his mind. Interesting to see what Indonesia do here. Rumakiak and Wanga.
Oh, they've done something a little cheeky there. Safwan got a yellow in the first leg as well. With that second yellow.
I just have taken a, when it came through, Song sticks out an egg. Fortunately for Singapore, went straight down the middle.
Ezra Walian.
Good defending from Irfan. Put himself into position early and then came sliding across, and he had to get this challenge right. Not quite sure why the flag went up. I think perhaps the assistant referee thought there was a push on Irfan, but actually it was Irfan who was going down to ground to make that challenge. I think he got a little bit nervous when he saw the assistant referee put his flag up. Really good clean tackle though.
And they've won the ball back here. Witan Sulaiman, brilliant again. It's been excellent, hasn't he? Here he is on the ball. Plays his football in Poland with Lechia Gdansk. Look at the pace of that Asnawi. He did all the hard work. He was over hit the cross.
Yeah, but they're going to take this opportunity here to try and put the pressure on. Down Singapore's right-hand side. Not the best of crosses, but if you want to take something positive out of it, you can say, well, at least it's still deep in Singapore territory. And they can apply pressure and win it back, which they've done here.
It's risky. Now Fakhruddin. It's been pretty quiet for him at the back there, Nadio, the Indonesian goalkeeper, Song Wei-yung. Trying to close down. A little bit better from Singapore there. Witan Sulaiman. Still Witan. Lovely touch on there from Shadan. Just comes straight back at them.
Just Witan Sulaiman looks so dangerous every time he's got the ball. Whether it's playing a pass, whether it's running with it.
Song Wei-yung. Got that run from Hafiz. Now Hafiz will he go for goal? Here it goes. But it's at a perfect height. It's a goal, Amy Reka, who goes down. That look like it could have been a penalty. He's asking for it. The crowd are as well. Tatsuma's furious.
Well, a bit of confusion in the Indonesian defense. Defender and goalkeeper both leaving it for each other to take care of the situation. And it was Emi Reka who was alert, alive to that, to punish Indonesia for that hesitation in defense.
Controversy in the first leg for a penalty not given. Let's see on the replay what happened there. Irfan not impressed with Witan Sulaiman.
Well, lovely work from Singapore here in the counter-attack. A long ball played forward, flicked on into Song initially. And there just pushes it out, and Rahmat is hoping for his goalkeeper to come out and claim that. I don't think it's a penalty. I think when you look at how he wins the ball, the way he comes across, that's he's connected with Emi Reka first, hasn't he? Before winning the ball. My apologies. You know, there's a shout there. There's a penalty shout. Again, it's a legitimate appeal from Singapore for that one.
Well, if you're counting these, it's one apiece.
That's it, cancel. That's one of the things where they say cancel each other out.
I think people just want the right decision, right? Whenever they can. But look, we've had to look at it again.
Yeah.
We've had 3 times now we've looked at it, so there's that.
Well, it's a world without VAR. Which some people are happy with. When decisions don't go for you, then you ask for it.
Have a chat with Park Hang-seo.
Yeah.
Well, it is a corner here for Indonesia. Punched away by Hassan when he looked like he could have caught that. Pratama Arhan. Here's Ramai. Now Kambuaya. Oh, Tanbaya, Kambuaya. There's the Warrior. And it's closed down just in time.
Important challenge for Shah. You know, what the situation, a wonderful run from Ricky Kambuaya here first. And just go back to the penalty shout. Oh, maybe after this, Ricky Kambuaya, lovely work. Quick feet, yes, that situation where he couldn't quite find Rumakiak with the pass. And then an important challenge from Shadan. I want to kind of explain the referee's thinking on why he perhaps didn't give that penalty, but remind me to come back to it after this corner.
Indonesia looking to finish this half as strongly as they started it. time he does take a clean catch. Quick distribution out to Shadan Sulaiman. Amy Reka will not get that. Nadia with one key save in this first half of Hafiz Noor. Him with a perfect height. Yes, Roshan, come on.
Yeah, so from where I'm sitting, and I'm a lot further away from the action than where the referee is, it looked like it was a clean challenge because he came away with the ball, right? But on closer inspection, on the replays, which obviously the referee doesn't have access to, handball there, what he's seeing, perhaps from his point of view, is the challenge has come in and he's won the ball. So the player, Amy Reka, has gone flying, but what he's perhaps seeing from his line of sight is he's won the ball and the ball's there, defenders won it, so it's a clean challenge. But again, in the VAR world, if you go back and look at it, you would highlight it to the referee. If you're VAR, you would highlight it to the referee as a clear obvious error. Yeah. I think you've missed this, depending on what the referee describes, of course, but I think he would have said, no, I didn't see the first contact with the Singapore attacker. Then you look at him and say, go review it on the screen. So I don't know why we're talking about VAR. We don't have it, so it's pointless, isn't it?
Well, it's two clear penalties in this semi-final over both legs. Just a 1 minute at a time here. Ramai did pretty well, I have to say. Singapore will get a free kick. Last chance here in the first half to try and draw level.
Rumah Kek was trying his best. That's good work from those two Singaporean players. They're not giving up. Zulkarnain and Amy Reka working hard, and they've done well to win a free kick. Bit of nonsense off the ball there between Safwan and Rizky. Elbow pushing and shoving there. You can see Rizky and Safwan. Rizky wants to make absolutely sure they've gone man-to-man there in those situations that he's not going to allow Safwan to get away from him. The referee decided he's going to have a word with both players.
Well, he'll be key here. Safwan.
Yeah, keep an eye on that, keep an eye on that. He's saying, look, I've peeled away, I'm running off into the box, and he's still tugging my jersey. He's making sure he's putting his... have a look at that again. And both of... Oh!
Well, that's his second yellow. That's his second yellow. That's a huge moment here in this game. But it wasn't. He was yanked away, wasn't he? Safwan borrowed it. They've got to keep their cool, but Singapore are in real trouble now. And he's given a red card after that second yellow. But if you look back at that, he was being yanked.
No, the referee's, I think he's completely lost control of this.
And so is Safwan. He's got to walk away now. He's got to walk away. It's done.
And I was keeping an eye on this, and he's been, yeah,
it happened behind him, right?
To them. Yeah, again, it happens right in front of the referee. Referee saying to Safwan to come it down. Rizky's hanging on to him. He went to have a word with the two of them, so it's after this. So he's already had a word with all those players, and it's happened straight away after that when the referee's had his back turned. Listen, I don't even know if the referee saw clearly what had happened between Safwan and Rizky.
It happened after.
So they need to move this on. We've seen this, the referee have a word with Safwan and Rizky, and it happens straight after that. We're going to try and get the replay if we can of the incident.
He's absolutely furious.
I think he's got a right to be,
And I think he's right, yeah.
I feel for him.
Singapore in trouble, but they can change it all, yeah! They're fired up here. Singapore on the cusp of half-time and change the complexion of this game. But they are down. A man down, so sorry.
How about that for a moment to galvanize the crowd and the team? Tatsuma Yoshida went celebrating into the locker room, turned around and went back to the official as well.
It's his first ever international goal for Singapore. But it's a huge talking point. And now Shin Tae-yong
and
is
Tatsuma
pointing.
as well.
There's firing. It's all happening on and off the pitch. Roshan and myself, we're all getting into it. But tempers are flaring. Massive talking points, Roshan, as we go into the break here.
Yeah, so much passion. The Indonesian players, the ones that are on the pitch, have gone back into a huddle, which they've usually done in this competition. The Singapore bench and the Indonesian bench going face to face. Tatsuma's going to cross to just try and settle things down. He's going to cross to Shin Tae-yong. He's saying there was a bit of disrespect from the bench towards him, he felt. Noor Rahman, one of the assistants on Singapore bench, has gone over to apologize as well, just to try and cool things off.
Well, this has had all the ingredients of a classic second half, but Singapore are certainly handicapped now. Yellow cards that he shouldn't have got. Ezra Walia got Indonesia going with an early goal after some poor defending from Singapore. Indonesia started the game so well and never allowed Singapore to settle. So Singapore took a long time. 4 minutes into added time, Song Woo-young got his first ever international goal, and at halftime here at the National Stadium in this second leg of the semi-final, I should say. It's Indonesia 1, Singapore 1.
Saya sini bakal mengarah ke sesuatu yang besar, Pak. Cara pandang gue soal hidup udah beda. Lu sama gue ditakdirin buat bareng terus kayak benda dan bayangannya. Karena itu gue deketin dia. Jangan jatuh cinta sama Atta.
Aku mau jatuh cinta sama siapapun, itu hak aku. Aku gak suka sama Kari. Aku ingat nih tempat ini.
Pertama kali kita ketemu.
Mereka 3 orang bukan salah gue dong. Enggak, lo yang PHP ini. Mereka jangan baper dong. Mama mana?
Papa nggak tahu deh.
Shame on you. Mama happy gak sih? Yang jauh dari sini.
Nona sinyal tidak ada. Berdiri dekat sini nih, biar sinyal bagus.
Situ orang apa antena?
Ketemu juga kita tempat ini.
Aku ini datang ke lo pengen hidup tenang. Jangan bilang kamu gak pernah ciuman.
Kalau kita ciuman, kita pacaran ya.
Ini gue ngeliat orang bunuh diri pakai mata kepala gue sendiri.
Kita hidup di dunia ini nggak sendirian. Ada yang ngawasin kita juga.
Tapi kalau lu gak ngerekam dendam, positif lu gak bakal nyebar. Pokoknya sekarang gue gak percaya sama siapa-siapa.
Iklan ini untuk kita semua yang merayakan 2021.
This is it, you ready?
Untuk semua yang telah berhasil dilewati dan membawa kita ke hari ini. Apapun itu, rayakan semua kemenangan kecilmu bareng film-film Hollywood terbaru di video.
Adele, music, Adele.
I invite you to join me for one night only.
I flew all the way across the country just to be here. What an incredible evening.
I chose to do the sort of comeback this way with the new album, just to celebrate how special the album, you know, the process of making it has been really special. They're obviously going to hear a lot of older songs. We could have had it all, rolling in the deep. And then 4 new songs. Being in LA as well, where I sort of had to recover, you know, from everything that happened in my life over the last few years. It just sort of felt the perfect show. It will look really elegant, and then I'll tell like a load of filthy jokes, like sort of whiplash for them. Also, get you, Lizzo. You can't outshine me, babes.
Why was this an interview I was interested in? Because I'm always interested in people who are willing to speak their truth. She actually is the truth.
How posh is this?
It's going to be a very special night.
One night only.
Welcome back to the National Stadium. Second half about to get underway here between Indonesia and Singapore, the second leg semi-final. And what drama we have had in this match. Indonesia opened the scoring through Ezra Walian and looked very good. But then Singapore had this key moment.
Well, this is where the referee is just saying to Safwan and to Rizky, just calm it down. There's a couple of shoves in there. And no issue here. He's just telling the referee, it's the second one here. He goes on, goes back, just to make sure the referee's having a look. Okay, play on, no issue. Turns away, spins away. And then the both players are going at it.
Yeah.
And Rizky's gotten away with absolutely nothing. He's not being given a caution. The information that we were given was that it was because of something Safwan said to the referee, but it doesn't look like he said anything. I mean, it's a strange one to me, and it's very harsh on Safwan. I have to say, the first incident where he got a yellow card, the first one is not even a foul. It shouldn't have even been given as a free kick. But look, that's the decision the referee has made. We've just got to get on with it. we've got the benefit of replays. He doesn't. He's got to decide in real time. Singapore have got to live with that. But what came immediately after that? Song scoring the equalizer, and what a response! What a response from the team, and what a response from the crowd as well.
Yeah, it absolutely lifted this home crowd in particular. But yeah, that incident, when you look back at it, all it merited really was another talking to. It didn't merit another yellow card. And actually, that happened behind the referee, where he was yanked, wasn't he? A little bit himself, Safwan Baradin, and all the referee saw was perhaps.
I'm not even
Safwan.
sure if the referee had a clear view. It looked like he was standing side on, like he couldn't even see what was going on behind him. But as he turned, he might have seen Safwan's arm swinging out at Risky. But listen, Tatsuma and Shin Tae-yong are having a with the referee now, right at the bottom of your screen.
Yeah.
And I think both coaches have shook hands and said we'll try and calm things down.
We'll do our bit on the sidelines. But Roshan, now, the bigger picture here. Singapore equalised right after that incident. And the reaction of both the players and on the bench there, they went right up to the fourth official. They've got this underdog siege mentality now. Can they use that? Have they got to harness that a little bit now?
Yeah, you have to use everything that you can in these situations. It's going to be very tough for the Singapore side. You're playing with 10 against an Indonesian team who work hard, are very talented, will make you chase, will run at you.
And that was with 11 men.
11, yeah, and they've got the advantage here. So, you know, you need to sort of use everything. Mentally, physically, give everything that you possibly can in this one.
And get central defender to keep the 5? Or are you think this is fine now?
No,
they'll go with the 4.
I think it's fine now, because if you talk about bringing in another central defender, then you're taking away someone from that midfield. And I think with the benefit of having Harris in that side, as we said, he's got the ability to play in midfield and play in defence. So, you know, it's not such a big issue at the moment. Now they just dropped into that back 4, him alongside Irfan. And look, I said, not a big issue. Playing with 10 men is a big issue. What I meant was, in terms of the personnel available to you on the pitch now, with Haris Harun in there, he's a reliable presence in the centre of that defence.
Of course, each side can make up to 5 substitutions in the 90 minutes. Well, we're getting confirmation about the reason behind that second yellow card. It was Safwan apparently striking Risky. That is the official reason been given. Roshan, your thoughts?
And I'm telling you, that's all the referee saw. His back was turned, and when he sort of turned around to have another look, someone must have shouted something, because he turned around and he had a look, and that's what he saw. He saw Safwan swinging an arm out, and that's why he's made that decision.
You could argue, though, you can't be swinging anyway, can you?
You can't, but if someone's pulling you and tugging at you in those situations, you're trying to shake him off.
Nothing was
And I'm interested to know why Risky got away with
nothing
it.
at all, yeah. Didn't see that at all, did he? Here's Witan Sulaiman. Remember, Singapore was stretched almost to the limit, weren't they, at times in that first half with 11 men. How will they cope in the second half with 10? Asnawi, Norada. Touch on there from Hamid Shine back to Norada, who was fouled.
But this is going to be the story of the second 45. It's going to be a case of Indonesia having a lot of possession, Singapore sitting deep, trying to keep the discipline, slowing it down whenever they can.
The old cliche, playing for penalties. long way to go for that, of course, because there's 45 minutes and then half an hour of extra time before we even get there. We'll find that, cuts out that ball. Here's Nora. Looking for Song Wei-young, who's got that all-important goal for Singapore. That doesn't quite get to from Hami. So I asked you, Roshan, the return with a nice little back pass and a big shot from Kambuaya. Folded arms there from Shin Tae-yong, who was fired up at the end of that first half.
Everyone was, I think both benches. Those are coming together. Wonderful work from Witan again. Such intelligent play from the Indonesian number 8. Expect a bit more control on that shot from Kambuaya. There was plenty of time for him to set himself, apply the right sort of technique. Completely mishits that.
Here's Noradam. Waiting for that touch, wasn't he? From Witan. Well done. Witan Sulaiman, absolutely superb in that first half. Given away by Shadan. A lovely touch off from Kambuaya. Here comes Witan Sulaiman, bearing down the goal. The pass too far away from Ezra Walian. Hear the frustrations around the stadium. Not happy with what they saw at the end of that first half, despite getting that equaliser goal. Kambuaya. Now Ezra Walian. Another good start to this half, isn't it, from Indonesia?
Yeah, the pressure's on, and doing absolutely the right things, this Indonesian side. Wonderful bit of skill. It was Kambuaya, wasn't it, with that flick in behind for Witan. From Singapore's perspective, unfortunately, Witan just couldn't find one of his teammates in the box. There are 3 Indonesian players in there to aim for. But from Singapore's perspective, got to do a lot better in possession of the ball. No, there's a disadvantage here, but they can't lose it in the middle of the pitch in those situations. It becomes very difficult, very tricky to deal with.
Here's Noradam. Great control from him. Indonesia looking to make a change here, by the way, very shortly.
Good work from Noradam. He's driving across inside us now, and they'll take these Singapore.
What that's done, Roshan, is it's fired up the Singapore crowd anyway.
It certainly has. You know, the mood, you know, in the first half wasn't that great. But the whole situation around Safwan sort of got the crowd going, and then that goal from Song. I mean, the roar that came out from the National Stadium here.
It was the perfect response to getting that red card, wasn't it? The only one that really would have got them on their feet. And they add a second here. Ball in from Shadan straight to Nadia. They've wasted their chance, and it is going to be a man who actually made quite an impact, Anis Sagara. Oh, now, hold on. I think Indonesia,
they've changed their mind.
They're going to change their mind.
Well, it looked like it was the wrong number.
Yeah,
anyway.
there's not even 6.
There was no 6 on the pitch.
I had to do a double take on my cheat. That's what Indonesia was saying. Hold on. So, A succession of free kicks here for Singapore. Amy Rekka's gone down.
And it's going to be number 7, Ezra Walian.
Yeah, like-for-like change. He's done his part. He's got the goal. And Sagara was lively. So they're still keeping Egi Maulana back for the moment. There was talk of him being almost like a false 9. Not to be yet. Forward. And it's Sagara. Well, that looked a decent chance, but couldn't really do much of that. Amy Rekka.
Another
Good ball in.
Yeah, good ball in. Another good ball in. The quality of the deliveries from Shadan all tournament. Singapore have been very good. Again, they win the first header. Amy Rekka and lots of space there. Just completely misjudges the flight of the ball, mistimed the header. Interesting with Amy Rekka as well, being born in Surabaya. Grew up a little bit in Batam as well before coming to Singapore.
Here comes the new man in, Hannes Sagara. There's also Indonesian press going on about Iksan and his Indonesian roots. There's Rahmat Irianto. What they've got now, Song is dropping there, isn't he? Dropping out where he can. Asnawi. Another goal for Indonesia. They might feel that now could be super key for them to kill this off. What a great touch. The new man in, Hannes. Can't get it away. Lovely work from Witan. Not a good ball in from him, but it's back with Indonesia. Alfiandra Devanga. It's Pratama Arhan. Oh, he's done well here, Pratama Arhan.
How good is Witan Sulaiman? Just incredible on the ball. The Indonesian number 8. Irfan got that one across. I think we're about to see a few substitutions from the Singapore bench, and it's big three, the front three of Forrest, Iksan, and Shawal, perhaps about to come on.
A lot of pace in there.
Lots of pace in there.
Flat throw. That's a good header away by Irfan. There's Amy Rekka. Back to his goalkeeper. 3 Indonesian players bearing down on him, but he gets it away. Hassan Sani.
Yeah, strong commanding header from Irfan.
Now, what will they do here? Singapore struggling to get it out. Could this be a moment on the counter? We know they've been good at it. Lovely work from Hamid Shaheen. Fantastic pirouette, ball over the top. The flag has stayed down for now, and it does go up eventually.
A neat turn from Hamid Shaheen in midfield. Couldn't quite get the pass out quick enough.
Be the last thing he's done. We'll see. Singapore ready for those changes. I think they'll be happy that there's 5 subs in this tournament, given that they're playing with 10 men.
I wonder if we'll see Hafiz Noor, Amy Rekka, and it's a toss-up between Song and Hamid Shaheen.
Right?
It depends on what kind of fitness levels Song has, because, you know, he's had that injury concern, hasn't he? That's a vital interception by Irfan, but could be back in behind here.
Look at the pace there of Asnawi. The referee not interested in the foul, or what Asnawi claims was a foul.
Well, the first challenge from Haris, no issue. He has to look across. Hassan staying on his line. The first challenge, no issue. Second one here, he's using all his experience. I'll just leave it at that.
Referee having a chat with Haris. Oh, that falls to risky! Oh, come on, look. Oh, how close were they there, Indonesia? The danger not over yet. Hannes. Wild shot over from Hannes Sagada. 22-year-old, just his third cap for his country.
Well, you need those moments to go for you when you're playing with 10.
There's a big roar from the crowd as Iksan Pandi, Singapore's top scorer in this tournament, comes on for Amy Reka. Listen to that. Hafizul replaced by Faris Ramli, who's been a massive outlet for Singapore as well. And the ace of Shawal Anwar. And it is indeed Hami Shahid. They're going for it here, Singapore.
Yeah, so we'll just see Song move into midfield alongside his Lion City Sailors teammate Shadan. The front three, Faris, Iksan and Shawal.
You know what, Roshan? It actually, some people would have looked at that starting lineup and gone, oh, why haven't they started with the likes of Faris and Iksan? Perhaps now, that's kind of worked in Singapore's favour to bring them on. And given that they're 10 men down, it just lifts that team even more, doesn't it? As they come down here, Witan Sulaiman, another back heel, Kambuaya, off Irfan. Here's Iksan, he sees the run of Shawal Anwar, who's bearing down. He's got Fakhruddin in front of him, tries to go over the keeper. Oh, what a chance that is. From so far out, and that's what these three players can do that they've just brought on here. We just talked about the lift.
Look at that, the counter-attack, the pace that they've suddenly got on the pitch now, Singapore. And that would have been instructions. It would have been to say to the team, guys, get it forward to the front three. They've got pace to burn, fresh legs coming on. Iksan can hold it up and play passes in behind. But how about this for intelligence and awareness from Shawal?
Nadio scrambling back. And he would have been relieved to see that go wide.
What a goal that would have been.
Oh, would have been
gone in.
Probably goal of the tournament, up till now at least. But there's that lift we talked about with these players. That's a rather kick there. Was he just impeded?
Like the Kalang Roar of old.
Yep, some familiar chants going around the National Stadium at the moment. It has helped galvanise this crowd. Here's Song Wei-Yong, who's dropped a little deeper, as Roshan mentioned. Zulkarnain's fouled. Every foul, everything's being cheered now. He's looking down at his board, yeah, thinking, what can we do? Singapore. I'm sure Shin Tae-yong is also, I think there's a lot of movement around their dugout. That was ambitious at best. Shawal Anwar still alive here for Singapore. Needs to be a much better ball, doesn't it?
Yeah, awkward one for Shadan to put back in. You just had to kind of stab it in. back into the box. Couldn't get any sort of whip on that cross.
It's ringing out here at the National Stadium. Indonesia, a little bit more possession, but doesn't matter now. Singapore not to be bothered by that at all. Asnawi, Indonesian skipper. There's Rahmat Irianto. Now Devanga. Football, isn't it, from him? Pratama Arhan. Straight at Anis Sagara, whose shot is blocked. Oh, Indonesia doing well here. Abulaya. Trickery from him.
So dangerous, this Indonesian side. It's an ability to run with the ball and accelerate in those moments. Star man is coming on. I mean the number 10.
Just to be clear,
Irfan Jaya as well.
Oh my word, look at that.
What a headache for the Singapore defence.
They've got the tallest defender coming on. Their star player who's playing in Europe, and the player who's been arguably the man of the tournament so far, Irfan Jaya. Risky, replaced by Elkan, who doesn't seem to start for his country. It comes on in the second half. Well, you get rid of Ramai, and then you bring on Irfan Jaya.
Ricky Kambuaya being replaced by Egi. I mean, you saw from Singapore bringing on their three best attackers. We've seen Indonesia bring on two attackers of wonderful quality and a centre-back who's a massive threat and who plays at Ipswich.
Yeah, plays at Ipswich under 23, Elkan Baggett. Had an interesting tournament thus far. The tournament a little bit late. Played a game, got quarantined, came back in, scored a goal. Egi Maulana was their big hit, of course, plays for Seneca. Oh, the referee deems that to be a foul. They're going to say it's last man here. He's given a card, last man. It's another red. Irfan has to go. Well, that now is absolutely massive for Indonesia.
I mean, this is such a clever ball from Sagara, and the moment he played it behind, he played Irfan Jaya in behind, you knew they were in trouble, because highly unlikely Irfan was going to catch up to Irfan Jaya, and I think the referees had judged this to be a denial of an obvious goal-scoring opportunity. He's headed through on goal. There's no covering defender in there. It's a central position, and arm has come across. And listen, I know if you're a Singaporean fan watching this, the emotions around it, you'll say, that's a terrible decision. You can't believe it's happened again. But when you look at that, it's sort of isolation. When you look at that as a footballing, as a refereeing decision, I think ultimately you'll come to the conclusion that, unfortunate for Irfan, we feel for him, but it's the right call. I think it's the right call. Irfan Jaya was in behind. He would have been one-on-one with Hassan Sani. Opportunity.
Arm across the face, wasn't it?
Yeah. I think it's denial of a goal-scoring opportunity.
Well, Singapore now have got one central defender. They're probably going to have to bring another one on. That's Haris Harun. They'll worry about that later. They've got this free kick to deal with. Singapore are stunningly down to 9 men with about 25 minutes to go. Irfan Jaya standing over this. The wall does its job. Singapore have one to do here. Well, we talked about siege mentality earlier now. Well. So no surprises. Amirul Atli, who's a bona fide centre-back will be coming on. Who is going to be removed? Punch away by Hassan Sani. Singapore just got to keep their head. There was Song Woo trying to do a lot there. But they are in real trouble here. Zulkarnain Suleiman is deputising as centre-back at the moment. Strength there from Haris Harun and Witan Sulaiman.
I don't think he got as much of it on the header back to Hassan as he would have liked. But he did enough experience to make sure he came across and got on the run of Witan.
Song Woo is playing emergency right back at the moment. Singapore with Zulkarnain Suleiman in the middle. Who will make way? Singapore right up against it. Here is Asnawi. Anywhere right now will do for Singapore. They're going to make that change. And it is going to be Song who has to go. Hand has been forced here. Tatsuma Yoshida.
So what can you do? I mean, you just make the changes you need to, put an extra central defender in there. And really hope for the best. Hope that the 9 players that you've got left on the pitch can hang on for not just the next 20 minutes or so, but potentially another half an hour of extra time.
Well, he worked so hard there, didn't he? Song Woo got the equaliser for Singapore. He has that energy about him. Had to be sacrificed. Rahmat Irianto, it's a great ball in. Amrul Adli, first bit of action, and he comes across to put that out for a corner.
So the odds are stacked against Singapore. Indonesia, if they don't go on and win this, there'll be lots of questions asked, and I'd recommend staying off social media for
a while.
A few months, probably.
Amrul Adli, 25 years of age, from Lion City Sailors, one of many in this team. It's backs to the wall now for Singapore. With 10, they probably felt they could hit on the counter, but Russia now with 9. Oh. Big ask. They can't risk having too many men up there. Amrul Adli appealing to the ref who gave Singapore the decision. Tatsuma's fired up, isn't he?
You can completely understand it. And, I think you can be really proud of the performance of his team.
Here comes Asnawi. Indonesia have got 20-odd minutes now. But here comes Shadan Sulaiman. He's got Faris in front of him. He squared the ball. Iksan is behind Iksan though. Shawal had a slip as well. There are 4 men for Singapore who are forward. Indonesia with Witan Sulaiman. Oh, he's over, perhaps. Away by Faris.
That was like, I'm sorry, that brings me back to the training ground days when you have attack against defense for Singapore.
Here's Faris fumbling, bearing down the goal. He's got 2 against 1 there. Needs to be a better pass from him. Still Faris. And they'll be delighted to have that free kick. Listen to that crowd. Every opportunity they have, they'll make their feelings be known.
I mean, the first one is a real wasted opportunity. This one is again Faris, intelligent, brings it past. There's absolutely no need for the one guy to put in that challenge. But the first one, it needed to be a lofted ball towards the back post. It was 3-on-1. He had Iksan and Shawal attacking the far post.
So, Free kick here from Singapore. I tell you what, Shadan Sulaiman has that ability. Sulaiman here with the free kick for Singapore.
Set pieces have been superb for Singapore all throughout this competition, and he delivers once again.
This story with more twists and turns. In the only place he could put it in, and he's found it. Unbelievable.
And how about that reaction from the crowd?
Wait for it. I cannot believe this. And now, Russian, what happens? What happens here? Indonesia will give it everything. Singapore have got to defend this. And they've also got to keep their heads. Here's Hannes. Every foul now, every little stoppage is going to get cheered. Beforehand, the referee, plenty of talking points, but so will that goal from... There's still 15 minutes though. An equaliser is all they need. They can drag this out. They have that two-man advantage. But for now, the Singapore fans are savouring every moment of this. Here's Forrest. And it's another free kick. And frustration for us now. We look at that face, the expression.
But three just have made. And just before the free 3-on-1.
Yeah.
And I mean, for Indonesia in that situation, as we look at this back, it's a clear free kick to follow Forrest, leave themselves exposed like that when you've got a two-man advantage.
Are they kind of losing their heads a little bit, Indonesia? Are they a little shell-shocked from what's going on?
Well, they were so desperate to kill this game off. They thought about the possible threat on the counter-attack and the qualities that Singapore have. It's suited Singapore.
4 players in the box here for Singapore. They've got 3 at the back. Iksan pulled away. Oh, that almost went in. That's a great save from Nadio. And such an important one. Brilliant from the Bali United goalkeeper.
You had to watch this one all the way. Wonderful quality again from Shadan.
And listen to that as Shadan Sulaiman goes towards the corner flag. The reception he's getting. Now they've committed even less numbers in the box off this corner. They're not taking any chances here, Singapore. You can understand that. Header on, even with those numbers, it's Iksan.
Still, what was it, 3 players in the box, and they still want the first challenge in the air from a set piece. Again, great delivery. Must be a dream for someone in the box looking to attack the cross that comes in. You know that quality is going to find you, the quality that Shadan has.
Indonesia just have to compose themselves, Roshan. Just got to, you know, that they still have 15 minutes if you look at a time. Look at that possession. It's not even 60%, 17 shots to 8 in favor of Indonesia. They know a second goal will really give them a massive boost. Pratama Arhan. Witan Sulaiman. Rahmat Irianto. They will be very happy with those sort of shots, Singapore.
They need to work that defense, Indonesia. They don't need to hurry it to that extent. You see Asnawi's frustrated. They're starting to argue with each other, actually.
I'm not saying anything right now. Just let these pictures breathe right now, just to give you an idea of what's going on at the National Stadium right now. This is what Southeast Asian football is all about, the passion.
Maka jaga melanggar barang arep kotak. Sono bayonan. Nah, akurat-akuratnya kurang.
And another free kick, Singapore's favour. Big nod there from Iksan Fundi. Singapore taking their time to get the ball up there, as you'd expect. What you're not seeing right now is Witan Sulaiman, Haris Haru just fighting with the ball now. Singapore cannot afford any more bookings or... Well, down to 8 would be absolutely ridiculous. Floating the ball over. He's got the header in. I'll tell you what, Roshan, the side at the moment, since the change in players, more like you saw Singapore. They've had the best quality chances, they've gotten to the box, they've looked dangerous on the attack.
Another look at that. I mean, he's got a wonderful leap, Shawa. Gets to run and beat that ball into the box as well.
Here's Norada. We're inside the final 10 minutes. Overhits that pass. Ball in for Iksan, he said to me.
Rồi, là tập rồi.
The referee will book Captain Arianto signing. Ironic cheers at the moment from the crowd.
Yeah, that's excellent work from Iksan. That's what you want from your centre forward in situations like this, where you're looking to hang on. You need a centre forward who can hold on to the ball for you. Win a free kick in that situation, slow things down, give the defence a chance to breathe, give everyone a chance to breathe.
He's not looking happy there, Shin Tae-yong. He's got one more change to make, by the way, if he wants. Would he bring on another forward? Headed on to Shawa. It's just too much on that. Indonesia come forward with Rahmat Irianto. Asnawi. Straight up. Hassan Sani. Hands to his head. Russell, what's going on here for Indonesia?
It looks like their composure, their confidence has just gone. The heads have gone. Because that quality has suddenly gone. That cohesion is not in the side anymore.
Iksan heads it on, looking for Faris Rumley. Asking for handball, they'll get it.
Everything now is, you feel like everything is going to go against you. That unfortunate ball bounces up off his arm. It's a free kick to Singapore again. And you start to feel psychologically, you start to feel this slipping away from you and you become a lot more desperate. In your actions. And you start to overthink actions. And when it's not natural, that's when you start to have these issues.
Here's Shawal Anwar. Indonesia. There, Irfan. We've hardly said his name. And that looked like a foul from, looking for Shawal Anwar. He felt he had to take one there for the team. I think we're going to be seeing a lot of that maybe in the last few minutes.
Yeah, I think it...
Feeling at the moment, right?
That's right.
They're in the receiving end.
But listen, you can't say things haven't gone their way. I mean, aside from the fact that Singapore have 2 goals, you're in a semi-final, second leg, opposition down to 9 men. You can't say, you don't have an excuse. There's still, having said that, there's still plenty of time for them to get back into this game.
Absolutely. One goal would be enough to, of course, take it into extra time. And it's a chance here. The save has been made. And it's made its way through.
Gila tadi dia.
Mana Paul ba?
Cuma marah taruh mobil ya. Cina harus mengenai kabel terus.
Indonesia have got the equaliser. And it's Pratama Arhan who has changed the game once again.
Oh, massive goal for Indonesia. And there you go. There you go.
Coba tambahan tak ya, kan dekat 30 menit kan.
Kita mana dekat mending lah. Oh, ini rasa?
Iya.
Oh, they're back in it now, and suddenly now you start to feel that confidence coming back into the team. What a save this was. Initially, oh, he's offside. But no VAR, so we can't bring that up. Let's carry on with it. Assistant referee doesn't flag for that. There's a decision that's gone their way. He's just slightly offside as he puts away the rebound, but it's a credit to him. It's a credit to Pratama Arhan. Loves to get forward, that he's there, he's quickest to react, and he puts that one away.
While all that's going on, here come Indonesia again. There looked to be a foul on Irfan Fandi early. He was pleading with the referee. Singapore just seemed to stop, and Indonesia almost took advantage.
What a game.
This has been quite the match, hasn't it? 2.5 minutes left in the 90s. Singapore probably be amazed if even got to at a time if they can make it there. First of the ball will be Shadan Sulaiman. Needs to be a better pass to Shawal. Faris, ball forward here. Shawal, has he been brought down? The referee says the penalty. He's put in the penalty spot. Unbelievable again. Shawal has been adjudged to have been brought down. They're looking absolutely lost here. Pratama lets it go from hero to zero. Well. You cannot take your eyes off this game.
Simple ball played over the top and it's at pace. Oh, he's got to the toe of the ball, on the ball, Pratama Arhan, you know. Has he given the penalty for a high foot? Because it looks like he's made contact with the ball. Wow. I mean, Singapore, it's not this angle. It looks bad from this angle, but the previous two, he's gotten his toe on the ball, Pratama. Now you could argue it's a high foot. Maybe that's what the referee's given it for, but he was right when Arhan, when he said that he made contact with the ball, he was right.
He got the ball. There you go, Shin Tae-yong. I don't think Singapore will have any sympathy, nor their fans, at the moment, given what we've seen prior to this. But what a moment for both Nadio Agriwanata and he's got Faris Ramli to take the penalty. A few words there from Asnawi, by the way, on this Singapore attacker. But he will never have a more important penalty than this. Faris Ramli. This to make it 3-2, and surely with the clock hitting 90, this would be it. Well, let's see how much out of time we're going to have. But first of all, Faris Ramli. He's up against it here against Nadio Agrimanata. Oh, he saved it! Nadio! Asnawi has a go, and Faris Ramli. Tempers are fraying. That's a brilliant save from the Indonesian goalkeeper.
What a save! That's excellent from Nadio. He's patient, he waits. And he reads the penalty and makes a huge save for Indonesia.
Well, he had a few words out of Faris Ramli. And he can't believe it. Count the whistle had gone well before. Nadio smashes it away. And will that be no action taken by the referee? We'll get on with it here.
Balls on the pitch. The assistant referee has just kicked the other ball onto the pitch.
Remember, these are the moments which Singapore need to take advantage of. Trying to get a flick on here. Singapore now, will they get hit on the counter? Witan Sulaiman. Could they get a late goal here? They're going to take him out. Still Witan Sulaiman. Maybe an important touch. Rahmat. Singapore cannot get it clear. Oh, what a save that is! From Hassan Sani. And the referee immediately calling.
Wonderful defending from Shawal as well. I mean, Singapore here, the way they transition and get themselves back, to credit to them, they're all over the place. Big save from Hassan, and then here from Shawal. Up against Alkan Bagan, who's got the advantage physically, but have a look at this from Shawal. Perfect timing on the defensive header away.
Yeah, to the back of Shawal there.
Tambahan ya gue total keluar di sana.
Singapore about to bring on Nazrul Nazari in these final minutes. Of course, Indonesia still with a chance here. Elkan Baggett, the main man, the number 30, 1.94 meters. We were told 4 minutes about a time. That will go beyond that, I'm sure. Did he get a touch on that? Yes, he did. Hassan Sunny. What a key save that was earlier from him. Indonesia pressing just to kill this off, finish this game now. But they still will have a two-man advantage going into extra time. Near post, Sharan gets that away. Into the mix from Asnawi. Oh, lovely take there. Irfan, brilliant from him. And the shot wasn't to match. We've had the 4 minutes, and that has been a spectacular 45 minutes plus, Roshan.
I'm just taking a moment to catch my breath. Incredible game of football that we've had so far.
Sharan Sulaiman there with that free kick that made it 2-1. They gave Singapore an improbable lead. Indonesia striking back with about 4 minutes to go. The goal from Pratama Arhan that looked to be offside. And then, to add even more drama, Singapore awarded a contentious penalty, which Faris Ramli had saved by Nadia Agriwanata. It has been all action here at the National Stadium. And I tell you what, the good news is you have half an hour more of this to come. But Singapore, Russia now, half an hour more with 9 men. He's been consoled here, Faris Ramli, but nothing at the moment is going to help, is it?
No, nothing's going to help. But look, it was brave of him to step up and want to take it. And it's football. These things happen. You know, and I know people will talk about it and say a key moment. It is a key moment. It wasn't a miss. I want to get that right. It wasn't a miss. It was a great save from Nadeo.
There is the story of the game. What it's not showing you, of course, are the 2 red cards that Singapore have had. So let's have a look at this penalty, or this, the goals in this match. And Ezra Walian got Singapore going, Indonesia going very early on the 12th minute.
Yeah, wonderful work from Alfreandra first to win the ball there. And then Witan, I love his work rate, his power, and his composure to find the right pass and open the scoring. And Indonesia were the better side. One of the key moments in this match, Safwan getting his second yellow for what, I don't know. The referee turned around and he saw Safwan perhaps swing an arm out there. That's the official reason we were given. But then immediately from that, Song Woo-young goes on to score the equalizer. And what a way to galvanize the team and restore some energy to the fans in the stadium. Then Indonesia here with opportunities of their own. Risky, smacking their shot against the crossbar. 10-men Singapore having to ride their luck at times, but you expect that in these situations. And then a threat on the counter-attack with the 3 changes. Iksan, Farias and Shawal coming on.
That was right after they came on.
Special goal there. He's offside as the shot comes in. But you've just got to get on with it, and he does. Follows it up, puts it in the back of the net. Indonesia back in it.
At 2-2 then, we thought we'd probably be going to added time, but look at this, Singapore given a big way out here, a penalty decision going against Pratamo, just scored the goal. It looked like he got a touch, didn't it? Faris Rami stepped up. And what a save that was from Nadeo.
I think that's now he's actually saying thank you to Faris for that. Great save by Nadeo. And then Leon here. What an important touch this is from Zulkarnain. That's a huge touch from Zulkarnain defensively. For the great bits of defending. First, strong arms from Hassan Sani, and then Shawal in a great position. Well-timed defensive header. Get it away from danger.
Well, this has been another game in which Indonesia have thrilled. Remember, the game against Malaysia was a classic, and this one will go down surely as another. Indonesia will be lifted after they scored that second. They have got the advantage. Roshan, would the message, you think, from Tatsuma have been something along the lines of, guys, you had no right even getting to this extra 30. You've done the business. You've shown what you can do against 11 men.
You know, you guys have fought so hard to get yourselves here. Hang in there. You can do it. You've shown that you can be a threat. You can be a threat with the players that you've got up front. On the counters, it's important now for Indonesia here, with the 11 players that they've got out there, to control the game and make sure they don't get carried away and allow Singapore opportunities in counter-attacking situations and from set-piece situations. We've got 30 minutes to score what will be the killer goal. Be patient with it.
So Singapore were looking to bring on Nazrul Nazari right at the end of that second half. They have opted not to. So they ended up making just the 4 changes, as did Indonesia. And there's half an hour more here to go. 3-3 on aggregate this match. Witan Sulaiman. Arsenal.
Perpanjangannya dari dua lah.